Failure to perform the cleaning process thoroughly can result in brake squeal and judder, so don't skimp on it. At TechMate, we have an acronym when doing a brake job, which is CALM: clean, accessorise, lubricate and measure. This ensures that every brake job is carried out following best practice. It's always best to remove the carrier, as we have done, to give it a clean, as you often have limited movement and access to clean it while it's still on the vehicle, especially if you're only changing the pads and not replacing the discs. The reason we need to clean the carrier abutment points is to ensure that the pad fits correctly, ensuring free movement to prevent uneven brake pad wear and potentially brake squeal. The NAPA pads are made to the exact dimensions of the original pad, which was fitted to the caliper and carrier when it was new, so we need to ensure that we clean the carrier back to a bare metal and near new condition. What you should not do is modify the pad by filing or grinding down the ears to make it fit. This removes the anti-corrosion coating on the backplate, which will allow the pad to corrode in the carrier, preventing free movement. But also, by reducing the size and the mass of the pad, this will likely cause excess movement and vibration, resulting in brake squeal. While we need to give the carrier a thorough clean, we only want to remove the built-up corrosion and not the material of the carrier itself. Doing this would mean that the pad could be too loose in the carrier, causing a vibration under braking, which would likely be heard as a brake squeal. Avoid using a metal file or power tools. We would recommend using a caliper file, which is designed specifically for the job, and a wire brush. The caliper file is not only great for removing the built-up corrosion, but it also enables me to get those clean angles back to aid free movement. We mustn't neglect the slider pins. These should be removed, checked and cleaned or replaced to ensure free movement of the caliper. Lack of movement could cause uneven pad wear or even brake squeal, so again, don't skip this step. Also, clean the bores that the sliders fit into using a suitable tool, such as a narrow wire brush or a rag and some brake cleaner. If the sliders are bent, pitted or heavily corroded, then they must be replaced. Equally, if the rubber boots are split or perished, they must also be replaced to prevent moisture ingress. Okay, that's the caliper carrier and sliders done. Let's move on to cleaning the caliper. We need to make sure that the caliper is free of brake dust buildup and corrosion, as this can prevent the pad from sitting correctly or moving freely. Either of these could cause uneven pad wear or brake squeal. Use a wire brush, just like this, to remove the buildup of brake dust in the caliper housing and the caliper file to clean the face of the piston and inside the caliper fingers, where the outer pad will sit. Inspect the piston by lifting the boot and checking for corrosion. The final step in the cleaning process is to ensure that the mating surface where the disc sits is thoroughly cleaned of corrosion. This will help prevent lateral runout that will later lead to brake judder. There are various tools available to aid cleaning of the hub, but our preference is to use a hub cleaning tool and a wire brush. Whatever tool you decide to use, avoid using anything that's too abrasive, as this can compromise the hub, and you certainly don't want to see sparks flying off. Make sure that you pay particular attention to the mounting surface where the disc sits, but also to this surface here that helps locate the disc. Right, that's the cleaning done.